and author studies, and there's quite a number of authors there already, and you could add your own author. So you could add a new guide below this guide, maybe create another author and add all the details, or you could import another guide. So if you know there's another guide you can use that's available for importing, you could import below this guide. So I want to import a guide below author studies. And one of the places you can look is the Hub. And that's accessible via the LearnPath Hub at the top of the screen. LearnPath Hub is a community area where all of the users, LearnPath users, share guides, share content they've created, and it's fully searchable. There's a Matthew Riley page. There's a Matthew Riley guide that I created and I've published to the Hub. So if I'd like the Matthew Riley guide to be in my author studies area, I could click the copy this guide option, go back to my import area, make sure Hub is selected, and in the Enter Hub URL, just paste in the web address that I copied from the previous page and import that. After a few moments, now I've got a Matthew Riley guide. And to check out some of Matthew Riley's books, this has all the titles that are in my training system. It's got a YouTube clip of an interview that he did, as well as a bit of blurb about some of the awards that Matthew has attained over the years. Also, there's in a link. I can click there to see the suggested order to read his books in. There's a link there directly to the honestreaders.com. We're telling you how to read the different series in order. So looking at the different series, it tells you click the series and tells you which order to read them in. It's quite handy. So as well as creating your own guides, you can import guides from the Hub. The Hub is searchable. I'll just make sure the screen a little larger. At the top of the screen, you just type in the first few letters of the search term you're looking for. And when you search, it searches for schools that have added content. It shows you authors that have added content, and it shows you names of guides as well. There's a couple of guides that Therese has created from Darwin. A Stephen Michael King page, someone's created that. You might add that as one of your author studies. Then you copy the guide and paste it in. Let's try that one. Copy the guide. Add a new guide. This time I'm going to choose import at this level. I'm currently at the author level, which is Matthew Riley, and import at this level and paste in the URL. Click on import, and again the guide is added straight away for me. Just takes a couple of moments depending on how large it is, and there it is, books in our library, and some information about that author. The title's there, other titles that would be in your library. You might choose to edit that and change the colours or change the font or move things around, etc. You notice that with the colours, different information boxes, different people have different styles that they use. What you can do with information boxes, if you want to maintain a consistent style, is if you go to an area such as author studies, there's the option to, actually just go back to books and authors. So I'll put the information box there to get rid of it. And there's going to be an information box area on the LearnPath homepage, sorry. Edit information box templates. So I'll just go back to author studies again. Books and authors, author studies. If I edit author studies, you can see the guides that are listed there. So I can move them in and out, so hide them or don't show them. And if I just click on author studies itself and edit that guide, can change the information box styles. What that means is, if I change the information box styles, I can specify the heading color, the heading font, the heading size, etc., and all the content of the boxes. So it means I could retrospectively apply a style across all guides underneath. Just quite handy to get consistent information. Otherwise, what you may end up with is different information boxes and different guides showing different styles, which may be a little hard to read. Now, so I added Matthew Riley and Stephen Michael King to my author studies. You can change the order the guides are displayed in by using the Edit button on the right-hand side here. All the guides are listed. I might move Matthew Riley so it's in the M area. Slide that down a bit. Just drag and drop. And Stephen Michael King, just move it down to the S's. Just list them by author's first name. And save that. So now we're in first name order. If you put an information box in the wrong place and you need to move it, you could take an information box like Matthew Riley and edit it. And you could look at the details of that. Go back to that guide, go to Matthew Riley. So click on Matthew Riley guide, edit this guide, and I can move the guide. So I could either copy the guide, so take a copy of the guide and place it somewhere else, or I could actually move the entire guide to a different location. So if I click on move, I might go back to books and authors and put it under read your favorite genre perhaps. Click on read your favorite genre and then choose paste moved guide. I'm going to make it below this one. So now Matthew Riley is now under read your favorite genre. But if I put it under that wrong place, again I could edit this guide and move it back to books and authors, back to author studies, and paste the move guide below this guide. So I can move guides and copy guides. If you don't want a guide anymore, if I didn't want Stephen Michael King guide anymore, I could click on it. A couple of options you could do. You could delete the guide altogether just by clicking edit the guide and delete. Or I could edit the guide and I might just say hide the guide so it's not shown and save that. So it's still showing for me, but in fact when I click the preview guides, notice that Stephen Michael King is showing on the screen for me now. If I click preview guides, I can still see it at that level. Go back to the LearnPath homepage, books and authors, author studies. Stephen Michael King is no longer showing there. Just need to refresh the screen so Stephen Michael King is not showing. But if I return to editing, Stephen Michael King is now showing as expected. So a couple of things there. LearnPath Hub allows you to search for content that other people have created and to import it into your own LearnPath system. If you'd like to contribute to the LearnPath Hub and publish items that you've created, you first of all need to opt into that function.